Okay, so I think the major issue with democracy since 1999 is actually a struggle to either rebuild what has been spoiled, because the reality is that a lot of things have actually gone wrong between 1986 and when democracy returned in 1999. Either a struggle to rebuild what has been damaged or a struggle to win the next election. And when you look at these two, it requires a lot of leadership. And one of the subjects that, I keep laying emphasis on the subject of leadership in Nigeria, it's the concept of traditionalism. Traditionalism is a concept. If you go to the traditional ruler of your community, for example, he expects you, I come from a ruling house, he expects you to drop something. When the Oba of my community comes to my house, he still expects me to drop something. So traditionally, leadership is about taking, not necessarily about giving in Africa. So when we imported this into our practice, either as a pastor or if you go visit your pastor, you are expected to drop something. If he comes to meet you, you're also expected to drop something. We imported that into democracy. And even in areas where systems have been built to stop people from taking from government, they still cut corners to actually take from government. So primarily, leadership in democracy or in Africa is about self. And any project, any policy and program that does not support self is not prioritized in government. And I like how Mr. Ashiru put it. You see, for some of us who study leadership, one major gap that we have seen there's no problem with our democracy. There's no problem with even the Nigerian people. We only have a question of leadership. And for you to know, I am one of the few Nigerians by privilege who have traveled throughout 4 sectors of the economy. The way people behave in the private sector was the same way people were behaving when I was in the civil service. The same way people were behaving in the civil service is the same way people were behaving when I was running for office. So you look at all of these things from our political system, you discover that the question mark has always been of leadership. And what is the major problem with leadership? Leadership usually is about suspension of self at the benefit of the society. So anything that puts, I love infrastructure. I'm completely against the fact that infrastructure is not good. I love infrastructure. But one of the things that I have seen in the process of rehearsing what we have done so far in Nigeria is that any major infrastructure you see in Nigeria is still serving the interest of the man who builds it. Either the man is building it because of next election, or the man is building it because the contractor has settled at the end of the day. These are facts that should not be lied about.